Fasten your seatbelts. You're in for a most transforming exploration into your real nature and capacity. But more importantly, you're about to embark on a most pragmatic means for understanding how to access your inherent capacity to live from your authentic nature of unlimited means and possibility. For 2 decades, hypnotherapist Isaiah McGee has empowered countless individuals in their quest to live authentic, self-generated, and empowered lives. Prepare yourself for an illuminating exploration into your real self. At the end of this webinar, you'll find out how to contact Isaiah to begin or accelerate your personal trajectory towards a more fulfilling and prosperous life.
All right, let's go ahead and begin here. And with our outline here, it's just going to give you an idea of what we're going to be exploring and covering this evening. First thing that we're going to be discussing is context. Context is very valuable. That's the insight, the background, the wherewithal for what it is that you are addressing, what it is that you are engaging. So we're going to talk about context, and it's going to be very important throughout the entire webinar here, is the context in which something is done. Context is so very valuable. And then we're going to talk about who you are. Not who you are psychologically speaking, or with regards to your personality, not with regards to your history, not with regards to your experience. We're going to talk about who you are fundamentally, because in order to dissolve resistance, there needs to be a fundamental appreciation of exactly what you're working with. And when I say what you're working with regards to who you are. And then we're going to get into the meat of our dissolving resistance, and there are going to be 8 secrets that I am going to be sharing with you all. 8 secrets to dissolving resistance. Now, what you're seeing there, the word ideomotor. And what that word means is that it is the way that you express beyond your personality. Your body expresses who you are too. We've all noticed people's particular way that they walk, their gait gives you a sense of who they are, what they've been through. And so that's called an ideomotor response. It is how the body expresses. And the reason this is going to be very valuable in our work this evening is that I'm going to, in addition to the notes that you decide to take yourself, I'm going to ask you to write things intentionally, because handwriting is also an ideomotor response. One of the areas of study in my licensing for as a hypnotherapist was in handwriting analysis. And contrary to the unaware idea of handwriting analysis, it is not like crystal ball gazing. What it is that literally the way someone writes, not whether they write neat or sloppy, but the way they make their characters gives an indication of the subconscious things that are going on with them. And so handwriting is an ideomotor response, because you're using your body, if you will, when you write. And so, as well as that being an expressive thing, it is also an impressive thing. So this means that when you're writing something, you're actually impressing into your subconscious mind, as well as when you are expressing with your body in the way that you walk, the way that you stand, your gait, etc. So it's a two-way street, if you will. Ideomotor expresses who you are through your body, and also you can receive information through the body. And so this is why I'm going to encourage you to write some things down intentionally here as we move on. It's very interesting, the feedback that I received from all of you as you were registering. And I asked, 3 questions. What are the 3 top areas where you found yourself having resistance, or what you had resistance to? And so if you're looking there, you're going to see whatever you said is probably on that list there. Resistance to taking action, to being successful, resistance to embracing what is, resistance to creating income, resistance to being happy, resistance to a greater spiritual practice, resistance to money, resistance to changing careers, resistance to forgiveness, resistance to money. If you kind of notice, money appears there quite frequently. I wonder what that's about. And so the very interesting thing is that all of those things are very wonderful. And so you would wonder, why would you have resistance to something clearly you desire? Why would there be resistance to something clearly you desire? Because clearly all of these things that you guys have listed and that you've shared are things that you would readily embrace. And so the question is, why would there be resistance to something you readily want to embrace? And this is what we're going to explore, and we're going to solve that dilemma. And as we solve that dilemma, awareness is power. Because when you're aware of something, then you are no longer the victim of ignorance or being unaware. And so ignorance is not a derogatory or derisive term at all. Ignorance simply means not being aware of something in the context that we're referring to this evening. And so again, awareness is power. And what you're going to get fundamentally and essentially with tonight's experience is that you're going to get the awareness that allows resistance to be dissolved.